this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Woo! This little light. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. What's up, buddy? I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. One more time. This little light of mine. Key change. I'm gonna let it shine. Everybody, this little light of mine. I can't hear you. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Divine Purpose Gospel Choir, everybody, give it up! Woo! Beautiful, beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for our national anthem. Sir, please. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the through the night that our flag was still there. Bum, 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 oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Please, please, ladies and gentlemen, please do not sit down because there are no chairs. Partly for budgetary reasons, but mostly because I'll take a standing ovation any way I can get it. It's good to be back home. Whoever said you can't go home again did not have a friend with a private jet. It was easy. Just look at this crowd. Unbelievable. I just hope this doesn't turn into an occupation. But you know, if it did, you would be pepper sprayed in the politest way possible. This is Charleston, after all. What a beautiful day the Lord has given us. What a beautiful state. What a beautiful town. What a beautiful low country. But folks, I am not here to pander, because I know I don't need to pander to the most beautiful people in the world. Can I get an amen? You're good. Before we begin, I want to take a moment and thank everybody who made this day possible. I want to thank the College of Charleston for so graciously inviting us in. I want to thank CNN for letting us squat on their news zone. Special thanks to my dear friend Anderson Cooper, the Silver Surfer of cable news. Stay fit, my friend. And I want to thank all the other press for being here. Thank you, gentlemen. I want to thank the print. I want to thank television press, radio, ham radio, bloggers. You gotta thank the bloggers just for coming outside. Wear some sunscreen, fellas. And how about those College of Charleston cheerleaders and the Cougarettes? And of course, the College of Charleston Pep Band and the Coastal Carolina Marching Band. Folks, if these two bitter rivals can share the same stage, then there is hope that America can come together. Of course, I gotta thank Governor Nikki Haley, who unfortunately, thank you for cheering. Unfortunately, Governor Haley couldn't be here today. I also want to thank Senator Lindsey Graham, who also could not make it. I want to thank Senator DeMint, who was a maybe. Is he here? No? Okay, he's probably still looking for parking. I also want to thank the Republican Party of South Carolina for putting on this primary. Give it up. And my good friend, Chad Connolly, the chairman of the Republican Party of South Carolina. He's been great to work with. Chad, the check's in the mail. I also want to thank 18-year-old tweeter, Clifton @Sylph66, who yesterday tweeted, skipping class tomorrow to see Stephen Colbert live. Oh yeah, totally worth it. Don't worry about playing hooky, Clifton. Your secret is safe with me and these national television cameras. And to anyone else who is here skipping class today, the future of our country is bright. I want you to know I am a doctor, so I will write you a note of excuse to give to your teacher. Of course, I technically have a doctorate in fine arts, so I'm going to say that you all have severely swollen Jackson polyps. But most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, and I mean this sincerely, I want to thank Stephen Colbert. You're welcome. Somebody had to say it, and I'm the one at the mic. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't love me as much as I do. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are making history. I think we'll all remember where we were when this happened. I was up here. You guys were out there. Remember that? Good times. Before I introduce the man we've all gathered here to see introduce me, I want to salute the other candidates in the race. I think people are hungering for a positive campaign, so I'm not going to go after this man's opponents. I won't be saying things like, the only difference between Mitt Romney and a statue of Mitt Romney is that the statue never changes its position. That's not positive, not even to the statue. And it would be wrong to say that if you guess Ron Paul's real name, he has to teach you how to spin straw into gold. I'm not going to do it. And I am not going to answer the gotcha question, am I interested in an open marriage? Though I am flattered that Newt Gingrich asked me. You see, I didn't come here to criticize anyone. I came here to praise one man. One her man. Important note, a her man is not the same as a she male. I don't want to frighten off any Santorum supporters. Charleston Nation, anybody who knows me knows that I have believed in the message of Herman Cain for several days now. And for so many reasons. Herman Cain is a business leader. Herman Cain is a family man. Herman Cain is an outsider. In fact, he is such an outsider, he is not even running for president anymore. He's a man with ideas, a man with conviction, a man with a bus with his face on it. Gandhi didn't have that. I want you to vote for Herman Cain, because Herman Cain is me. We both refuse to play by Washington's rules. We both flout convention when it comes to things like taxes and debt and how many Beckys there are in Ooh, Becky, 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 Stan, Stan. I say 3, Herman says 4. National Geographic is working on it. But mostly, I believe you should work for Herman Cain because he believes in hard work. the power of free markets, and he possesses the one thing I don't think I will ever have: a place on the South Carolina primary ballot. So it is my great honor to introduce to you the Herman with the plan. The plan so fine they named it 999, the Mad Max of the flat tax, the Indiana Jones of opportunity zones, the Herman, the Hermit, my brother from another mother, Mr. Herman Cain. Give it up!
Thank you very much, Mr. Colbert. And I would also like to thank all of you for being here, and I would like to thank President George Benson, who just happened to be conducting a board meeting. Would you give President Benson a rousing round of applause, please? President of this great university. Thank you, George. President Benson and I served on a board of directors together. That's how I got to know him, so I was doubly thrilled to be able to come here today for this special event. Now, Mr. Colbert could not get on the ballot. I could not get off the ballot. That's how this came about. And Mr. Colbert mentioned that there was one thing that I have that he does not have, which is a bus with my face on it. But there's another thing that I have that Mr. Colbert does not have, which is why he drafted my image in order to do his run for president. He does not have my complexion perfection. That was a joke, y'all. But I want to thank Stephen Colbert for being here and doing something that is really, really very important. There are 3 serious points. No, 999. We're going to rewrite the rules. There are 3 serious points that I want to make very quickly. Number 1, Washington is broken. Washington is broken. And let me tell you what I learned from my run for president. It's not going to change from the inside. You're going to have to change it from the outside. That was one of my messages as I was running. And the way you change it from the outside is that you become a part of this massive movement that's going on in this country. Some people call it the Tea Party movement. I'm a Tea Party person and a Tea Party proponent. I call it a citizens movement. Whatever you want to call it. We have got to change Washington from the outside, and it starts with you and every other college campus in America. That's how we're going to change it. Point number 2.
Occupy Herman Cain.
America is broke. They're not being honest with you. America is broke. $15 trillion. Let me tell you what that means to each and every one of you. And some of you haven't even gotten a job yet. And it's going to be difficult for you to get a job in this economy. That $15 trillion works out to be $48,700 for every man, woman, and child in this country. And in addition to us being broke, Social Security is going broke. And we have this debt that continues to rise. And this administration, as well as Washington, D.C., they have no intent of doing anything about it. That's why we the people must take back Washington, D.C. Last night I did my unconventional endorsement. And even after I warned the media that they wouldn't like it, they still got a little testy. I told them that the people will like it because I endorsed the people. Because we the people are still in charge of this country. You are part of that. You are part of this movement. And that's my challenge to you. And if you go to my website, CAIN-connections.com. CAIN-connections.com. You will find an opportunity to be a part of what I am calling the new revolution. Now, back in 1773, it was about the Boston Tea Party, and the American Revolution started in 1785, and then in 1783, we won that first revolution. There's a big difference between that revolution and this revolution, and let me be perfectly clear. That revolution was about bombs and bullets. This revolution is about brains and ballots at the ballot box. That's how we are going to take back Washington, D.C. Brains and ballots. So I ask you to go to CAIN-connections.com and sign up to be a member of this army of Davids. You see, someone said that because I was the unconventional candidate with an unconventional campaign, with an unconventional campaign manager. Y'all remember the Smoking Man video? Raise your hand, Smoking Man. Mark Block, my chief of staff. And so because of the state that we're in, folks, it's going to be up to you and us and this new army. Someone called me David going up against Goliath. And that's exactly what happened. David going up against Goliath, but now I am asking you to be a part of an army of Davids so we can get our power back from Washington, D.C. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. Now, one last serious point. I believe that what Stephen Colbert has done by attaching his name to my image, I'm not offended by that. Because, as I said during one of the debates, America needs to learn how to lighten up. They really need to learn how to lighten up. Because this event that was conceived by Stephen Colbert and his staff helps to bring attention to the crisis of the situation that we are in. Every vote counts. Now, Stephen Colbert asked you to vote for Herman Cain. I am going to ask you to not vote for Herman Cain. And here's why. I don't want you to waste your vote. I don't want you to waste your vote, because one of the things that a lot of people fail to really appreciate is that every vote counts. Every vote counts, and your vote still matters, and you still matter. That's been my message. That has been the message. And we had a lot of, this is a fun event. When Stephen first called me and asked me to be a part of it, I said, hell yeah. I said, this will be fun. And yes, I've been criticized by some people in the media because I like to have a sense of humor and do events like this. I wasn't trying to please those people. Because even though I am no longer officially seeking the position of president, I am still on a mission to take back our country, and we can't do it without your help. So again, I want to thank all of you, and I want to challenge you to do three things. Three things I'm going to challenge you to do. Because this is our country. And you're going to be around a lot longer than Stephen and I. This guy says Stephen is never going to die. You know, you're probably right. He's probably going to hide out with Elvis and show up one day. I want you to do three things for me, folks. I really appreciate the support that I have gotten and that I still have, but here are the three things that I want you to do in all seriousness. Number one, stay informed. Stay informed about what's going on. Do your own research. Follow the issues. Know the truth, but stay informed, because stupid people are ruining America. Number two, stay involved. Don't be a part of the problem. Be a part of the solution. So stay involved in whatever way you can be involved. Coming out to this rally today, you're involved. Do what you can do to stay involved. And the third thing that I want you to do, stay inspired. Believe that you can do this. Now, several things inspire me to still be a voice. Don't forget. Oh, y'all like the whole Pokémon thing. Oh, I know me some Pokémon words. There's several things that inspire me. But four things that inspire me are my 4 grandkids. You see, this is not about me. It's about our grandkids. It's about you, and it's about your kids. You see, I'm inspired by the fact that my first grandchild was born in January in the year 1999. 1999. I'm not making that up. My 4th grandchild was born New Year's Day 2012 this year. That's what inspires me. That's what inspires me. And I'm also inspired by all of you being here. And so let me leave you with this. Remember, make your vote count. Make up your own mind. And always be a part of the solution and not part of the problem. And since somebody brought up Pokémon, I believe the words go like this. I didn't say I was going to sing it. I got another surprise for you. Don't worry, I got another surprise. I tell you what I'm going to do. I was not going to let Stephen Colbert show me up singing. But let me give you the Pokémon one first. because it sums up, folks, what I want you to keep in mind. It says life can be a challenge. Life can seem impossible. It's never easy when there's so much on the line, but you can make a difference. There's a mission just for you. Just look inside and you will find just what you can do. The power of one begins with believing that you hold the key to all of your achieving. It says, believe in what you can do. And since Stephen Colbert tried to show off his vocal ability, believe there's a reason to be. Believe you can make time stand still. And know from the moment you try, if you believe, you know you will. Believe in yourself right from the start. Believe in the magic there in your heart. Believe all these things, not because I told you to, but believe in yourself, America. Believe in yourself, the USA. Believe in yourself as God believes in you. My brother from another mother, Mr. Stephen Colbert. We the people are still in charge.
That man's got a beautiful voice. Thank you so much. Herman Cain, everybody, give it up. Now I want to make sure, is everyone all right? Somebody faint? Have we gotten her some water? One of the gospel members of the gospel choir fainted. Let's give it up for her. Let's give it up for her. She's good. Thank you, Herman Cain. All I can add to Herman's eloquent quotation from Pokémon is, gotta catch 'em all. My fellow Americans, a lot of people have asked me, why are we here? What is this about? In fact, Herman asked me that on the bus coming here just now. It is quite simple. As Herman Cain said, we, the people, are still in charge. We, the people, still retain our power. But let's think of that phrase, we the people. We all learned it in school. Some of us learned it in Schoolhouse Rock. But what do we mean when we say we the people? Well, when our founding fathers wrote those words, we the people, they meant all the people who were white male landowners. But throughout our nation's great history, every generation has been called to expand the definition of who is a person to more of their fellow human beings. regardless of race, creed, color, or whether they are human or have beings. Because now we know that corporations are people. Can I get a corporations are people?
Corporations are people.
Can I get another corporations are people?
Corporations are people.
And if corporations are people, ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to say I am a people person. So is this a civil rights issue? Yes. Now, I don't like it when other people compare me to Martin Luther King. I like it when I do it myself. I'm like Martin Luther King. I am the Martin Luther King of corporate civil rights. The Lockheed Martin Luther Burger King, if you will. Now, some of you may be too young to remember, but years ago, back in 2010, there were still limits on how much money corporations could spend on elections. And not just corporations, also billionaires and unions, but mostly corporations. And faced with this tragic lack of corporate influence in our government, 2 years ago, 5 courageous, unelected justices on the Supreme Court took a stand while technically still sitting. We all know their names: Thomas, Scalia, Roberts, the other Scalia, and the tall guy. I want to say Gary something. The case Citizens United versus the Federal Election Commission. In it, they ruled that since corporations are people, and people have the right to free speech, and money equals speech, therefore corporations have the constitutional right to spend unlimited money in political speech. With a stroke of a gavel, these brave men leveled the playing field and then sold the naming rights to that playing field to Bank of America. But these wise men knew that there had to be some reasonable restrictions to protect all that innocent money from the corrupting influence of politicians. And so they declared that the unlimited corporate and union and billionaire bucks had to be completely independent of the campaigns. And lo, super PACs were born unto us. We had finally arrived at an American crossroads to restore our future priorities, USA, and make us great again. Because freedom works. And once upon a time, even I had one. Colbert Super PAC. You know our motto, say it with me: making a better tomorrow, tomorrow. God bless you. And when I started it, I promised that you would be a player in this election. I promised to make your voice heard in the form of my voice. Well, nation, I have to ask, can you hear you now? I can't hear you hearing you. That's more like it. Now, a quick legal disclaimer. My former Super PAC had nothing to do with today's rally. It is now known as the Definitely Not Coordinating with Steve Colbert Super PAC, controlled by my shadowy dear friend and completely uncoordinated business partner, Jon Stewart. You see, folks, I had to give up my Super PAC just because I formed an exploratory committee to be the President of the United States of South Carolina. Giving up that Super PAC wasn't easy. It was like giving up my baby. You know how hard that is? Now imagine that baby had a whole lot of money. Imagine how much harder that would be. Because God willing, you'll get that baby back, but it might not have all the money. So why would you love it? Of course, the pundits out there in the media, they've asked, yes, boo. The pundits have asked, is this all some joke? We've all heard it, haven't we? And I say, if they are calling being allowed to form a Super PAC and collecting unlimited and untraceable amounts of money from individuals, unions, and corporations, and spend that money on political ads and for personal enrichment, and then surrender that Super PAC to one of my closest friends while I explore a run for office, if that is a joke, then they are saying our entire campaign finance system is a joke. And I don't know about you, but
have been paid to be offended by that. We fought a great civil war to ensure that all people are people. As Abraham Lincoln said at Gettysburg, give me some money. They don't teach that in school anymore. They've replaced that with Gay Mexican History Month. Now, there are bigots out there who don't like the progress we've made. There are cynics who say that you have to be a billionaire to have your voice heard in Washington. Wrong. You just have to know a billionaire. We face an uphill battle. I won't lie to you. And unlike all the other hills I've conquered, this one does not have a gondola and a fondue shack on the top. But I believe we must not go back to those dark days when we discriminated against corporate persons based on the color of their skin, or because they didn't have skin, or a head, or a face. And if you share that belief, then tomorrow you have no choice but to vote for Herman Cain. Because he shares my beliefs? I don't know, I haven't asked him. The point is, I share his beliefs, and you share my beliefs. So by the transitive property, he shares your beliefs. You see, politics is like an STD. And I mean no offense to STDs. So tomorrow, January 21st, the 2-year anniversary of Citizens United, you can thank the Supreme Court by going into that voting booth and voting for Herman Cain. Because sadly, it is still illegal to vote with just pure cash. Now the experts say he can't win. They've been wrong before. Not this time. This time they're spot on. But just because you lose, that doesn't mean you surrender. Did Napoleon surrender at Waterloo? No. Did Custer surrender at Little Bighorn? No. Did Robert E. Lee surrender at Appomattox? Hell no. The fight goes on. The dream endures. Eyes on the prize. Enter the octagon. We must stand for our corporate brothers and our limited liability sisters. We must stand because they have no legs. We here must highly resolve that these unlimited funds shall not have been donated in vain. Because if corporations are people, people with the constitutional right to influence our elections, then I promise you, government of those people, by those people, and for those people shall not perish from this earth. Thank you.